Hi YouTube, this is my first video, and this is of my turtle tank. I have a 40-gallon tank here. It's the Zilla 40-gallon aquatic starter kit. Came with the tank, came with the basking rock right there in the middle, filter, food. It came with the lights but not the clamps, because it was intended to have the screen that I got sitting behind it. It was intended to have that screen on top, and the aquarium was only supposed to be halfway full. Normally on this side here there would be a half pane of glass on the far left side there, but that got cracked in shipment because the filter, the lights, and everything that they send with the kit just sit loose inside this huge aquarium, and they must have banged around a little bit and cracked the glass. So I replaced the glass myself. You can see I used a black silicone instead of the clear that came with the aquarium. I wanted to make sure I knew my repairs from original, but that was a fun little experience there. Took me a little while to make sure I had it all right, but I've had the tank full now for about a week and no leaks so far, so I think I did fairly decent. So then I bought the 511 here, ZoomEd's 511 filter system. Seems to be doing a pretty decent job. I bought the turtle topper here. I have two 75-watt heaters. And in the back here where everything's plugged in, it's the Zilla power connector. It's a digital timer. It has 4 outlets for all the time running equipment. Then it has 2 outlets that you can set timer for night, and 2 outlets with a daytime timer. And I got my little thermometer there on the glass. The 2 heaters do a good job. So these are my 2 turtles, red-eared sliders. The one on the left there that just swam up to the rock, that's Picasso. The little guy that got kind of hidden behind the cuttlebone here, that's Van Gogh. I got these 2 guys from a co-worker who just kind of bought them on a whim, and then he needed to move and couldn't really take them with him, so I adopted them. When I got them from him, he had them in the basic little lagoon cage that you get from a lot of pet stores or from a fair, something along those lines. Only had about an inch of water that you could put in it. So I ordered all this stuff online, and in between having all this delivered and when I got them, I made a temporary home for them in a cooler, about a 10-gallon cooler. I just cut the lid off it and had a little chunk of concrete for them to bask on with a ramp going up to it. And I would take them outside during the day, because these are kept here where I work, so on a nice days I would take them outside so that way they could bask. But now I got them some lights, and they got a plenty big aquarium for 2 little guys. Picasso there, he's about 1 3/4 inches long in shell length. Van Gogh's only about 1 1/4 inches. They used to be the same size. Not sure why Picasso's growing so much faster, although he tends to eat a lot more. I actually have to feed them separately. I always take a Van Gogh out now, and I feed him in there in that little blue dish while I leave Picasso in the aquarium, because Picasso eats really rapidly while Van Gogh seems to like to take his time. I'm pretty sure they're both males, that's why I refer to them as males. For everything that I've read online about that indicates males, but got them the cuttle bone there to chew on. Got them some, it's either red leaf or romaine lettuce, I don't remember which, that I've only seen Picasso nibbling at that so far. But as you can see there, floating over here in the corners, stuff that he's nibbled off but hasn't eaten. So, at least he's chewing on it. Down there in the bottom, I have a little block that's an antibacterial type block. I forget exactly what it's called, but it's supposed to keep down salmonella and that kind of stuff. Still looking and trying to figure out what kind of substrate I want to work with. I'm thinking maybe glass marbles or something along that lines. I don't want to get the gravel or sand. But I need to get some substrate, some fake plants. I don't want to, haven't ever messed with live plants before, don't want to try that quite yet because I'll be moving here in a couple months and don't want to have to uproot the plants. So maybe after I get to my next place I'll look into doing that. I'm also thinking about adding another basking light over the little basking island here, because if they're not up in the turtle topper, they like to spend a lot of their time hovering around the floating island here. So I might add another heat lamp to that. If I do that, I'll probably shift it to the back, move the filter system around so that way the island will attach there easily. I had to modify the turtle topper to get it to sit properly. Just cut out a little bit of the plastic there. I don't have anything supporting this, but with them being so small, the lights offer enough of a counterbalance that it's not an issue. Once they're bigger and have more weight, I'll find a little metal bar or something along that lines to sit in there to support their extra weight. But that's my basic aquarium setup. Let me know what you think. Oh, yeah, feeding. Here's what I feed them. I got red shrimp, Reptomin pellets. That's their primary diet. I give them 2 Reptomin pellets in the morning. Picasso, he'll wolf them both down really quick. Van Gogh, he'll nibble at one for a while, maybe start up a second one some days, and then in the afternoons before I go home for the day, I give them a shrimp. Once I'm out of the Reptomin, I'll try this aquatic turtle food from Zilla that came with the aquarium. And I'm also looking at maybe ordering some mealworms or freeze-dried mealworms or crickets. I don't really want to deal with live ones yet. That'll probably wait also till I get to my next place here in a couple months. So that's my setup. Let me know what you think. Thanks.